Hi there, I'm Roger Zimmerman. I'm going to lead you through a networking course. Now, I'm basing this course on something called the MTA, or the Microsoft Technology Associate Certificate. And the MTAs are a set of certificates that Microsoft produces that are entry level. So this is a basic entry level course on networking. Let's go into, first of all, what a network is. If we're going to talk about networking, we should define network. So let's define network. Two or more computers communicating with each other. It's really that simple. I've got two computers, they're connected in some way, and they're communicating. But you notice I also said computer-like devices. Things like printers, copy machines, and so forth today also have in them, they're like little computers in there, and they can also be connected directly to a PC. So in a sense, they make up parts of a network as well. Now, I also made a note down here about something called a NIC. I need a NIC, or a network interface card, for every connection that this computer wants to make. So if you can imagine this computer connected to two computers over here, it would need two NICs in it. Now, we have ways around that. We have different ways that we can connect them together, which we will learn about later on in the series. At any rate, it's just important to know that we always need one of these things. Now, by the way, a NIC can also be wired or wireless. Now, if it's wireless, it's not really a problem connecting to other computers. That makes it pretty easy because it's wireless. So, but anyway, a network is just when I have two or more devices, computer-type devices, talking to each other. I'm going to divide networks up here into two kinds of networks, or two formats of networks. One's called a peer-to-peer, and the other is called a client-server. So first of all, a peer-to-peer network is when all of the computers are equal. Nobody has authority over the others. And I have an example here. By the way, this is an early way that we used to connect computers together. We don't really do it so much this way anymore. But each of these computers is independent in the sense that if I log on to this computer and then I want to go log on over here, I have to log on separately to each individual computer. Nobody has authority over the computers. If I want to use resources, say I'm on this computer and I want to use a printer that's connected to this computer, then I have to know the credentials, the logon credentials for this computer in order to access that printer. So the logon is separate for each one, and I have to know each one and log on separately on each one. So that's a peer-to-peer network. Now, a client-server network looks almost the same, except now I've added something called a server. Now, the server actually does the creating. I would configure in the server that I'm going to have a new network, give it a name, and all those things, and then these computers would join that network. Now, in this case, I'm not logging onto this computer. I'm logging onto the domain. So I have one logon. No matter which computer I'm at, I only have one logon to log on to the domain. It's the same on all the computers. Now, in this case, this server has full authority over all the computers that are joined to it. So now if this computer wants to access a printer that's hanging off of this one, it's up to the server whether or not I can do that. It's not up to that computer. And I don't need to know this computer's logon. They're all logged on to this entire network here. There's also some Microsoft terminology that is similar to peer-to-peer or client-server. Microsoft calls a peer-to-peer network a work group, and it calls a client-server network a domain. So just be aware of that terminology. As a matter of fact, I'm going to open up here in my File Explorer. I'm going to right-click here on this PC and go to Properties, and we're going to look at where that setup is. I'll hit Change Settings and then Change. And you see here that this computer is either a member of a domain or it's a member of a work group. One or the other. It can't be both. And so that's what we mean by domain and work group. If it's a work group, it's a peer-to-peer relationship, and if it's a domain, it's a client-server relationship. All right, well, that's it for this video. In the next video, then, we're going to take on the terms like internet and intranet and extranet and terms like that. So we'll see you there. Hope to see you.